This is figure 9-66 on page 233 of the mechanical drawing textbook. There's two ways to go about drawing this drawing. Number one, you can use a little math and multiply all the dimensions by 2 from the book. Or you could go ahead and use a ruler and simply take your measurements straight out of the book, and that's what I did. And now I'm going to scale it in order to double or draw the screwdriver twice the size shown. I'm going to use a scale command. So I'm going to come over to the scale command. I'm going to select my entire screwdriver, right mouse click, and I'm going to specify a base point. And now the scale factor I want, I'm going to type in 2, press enter, and there you have it. Now I've drawn my screwdriver twice the size shown in the book. I'm going to go ahead and center this. I'm going to draw a rectangle here. Another rectangle here. Alright. And my polyline command. Try that again. I need to go from this corner to this corner to that corner to that corner. Alright, now I'm going to move it. I'm going to select all these objects, and I need that center point of that polyline command to right there. Delete my polyline. Delete the rectangles. I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with this. Once you've reached this point, you can go ahead and use the quick leader tool. Click on here, and I'm going to click here, there, and there. And I'm going to go ahead and type in blade. All these need to go on my dimension layer. I forgot to put that. All dimensions go on my dimension layer. Now I'm going to copy this object. Specify the base point. I want to repeat copy object. There we go, and now I can edit this text. Edit this text. Whoops, made a mistake. I gotta fix that. Alright, go ahead and get to this point and take a break. I've now drawn my first cutting plane line. The first revolved section I'm going to take out of this is on the left tip of the screwdriver. Draw yourself a cutting plane line, what I have here, and label both ends of it A. Now I'm going to copy these objects. I'm going to select all these pieces. Alright, and I'm going to select multiple copies. I'm going to select a base point. Need to put one about right here and about right there, about right there, and lastly about right there. Alright, next thing I want to do is I'm going to pause, and I'm going to change the about that. I'm going to edit all these texts and change it from A to B to C to D and E. Alright? When finished, your drawing should look something similar to this. I've got 5 cutting plane lines, and they're all labeled A, B, C, D, and E. Next thing I can do, I can start sectioning. I'm going to make a revolve section. A revolve section is a piece that's simply revolved out at 90 degrees, and it's put somewhere else on the paper. So if you look in the book on the problem gives dimensions. I'm going to do cutting plane line A, revolve section AA, and its dimensions are 3/32 by 5/16. So somewhere down the paper here, I'm going to draw me a rectangle, because that's what it's going to look like. And I'm going to say my second at 3/32. I'm sorry. I'm back. Yes, I want a rectangle, and I'm going to start somewhere down in here. And my first point, I'm going to click, and I'm going to type in at 3/32, comma 5/16. I have a rectangle similar to that, and then I'm going to go ahead and hatch it. Pick the points inside. And there we have it. That's all there is, and I'm also going to call it section A-A. Make sure that my text size is 0.125. I'm also going to move it, center this a little better. There we go. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and do B. It's simply a circle. And the diameter is 1/4, so the radius is going to be 1/8. I'll go ahead and section that off as well. Looks similar to that. I'm going to copy this text. I'm going to edit it. Let's call it section B-B. Alright, go on to the next one. Now I'm going to do section C-C. It's another circle with a 1/2 inch diameter in the book, so the radius is going to be 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to draw a circle, 1/4 inch radius. I'm going to section it as well. Copy my text once more. Edit it. Alright, rolling right along. One more time, I'm going to do another circle with a radius of, the diameter is 15/32, so the radius is going to be 15/64. Section that as well. E-D, and now I'm going to do the last one. If you notice in the book it says it's an octagonal 3/4 inch across the flats. So I'm going to use my polygon tool. Number of sides is going to be 8 for an octagon. Specify center of polygon. I'm just going to put it over here to the side. And I'm going to inscribe in a circle. So that's already selected. I'm just going to click enter. Selecting I for the default. Specify radius of the circle. If it's 3/4 of an inch across the flats, that means the diameter of this octagon is going to be 3/4 of an inch. Therefore my radius is 3/8. And there we have the octagon. I'm going to hatch that. And of course, now I'm going to edit my text. Section E-E. There we have it. I'm going to save it, save my work, and when you're done your drawing of figure 9-66, so it should look similar to what I have up on my screen.